Verizon Wireless Prepaid is doubling the amount of data on their plans for a limited time. Hey guys, today I want to let you know about a deal from Verizon Wireless Prepaid. They're doubling the amount of data that they include with their prepaid wireless plans for a limited time. So if you sign up between now and I think it's going to be July 23rd, 2018, Verizon Wireless Prepaid will double the amount of data on your plan for free. You'll be able to keep that additional data as long as you maintain active service, as long as you keep your line active. I think this is an awesome deal if you want to use prepaid service and the Verizon network has the best or it's the only network that has coverage in your area. And I talk to so many of you guys that live in areas where Verizon's really the only option for coverage. So you definitely want to check this out. Now I have a link here on smartphonematters.com and I'll put one in the description below so you can use that if you'd like. Now, as soon as you get to Verizon Wireless Prepaid, you'll see here, it says double your data, get twice the data with a new prepaid plan, including family lines, only for a limited time. And you can see the details. You'll get double data as long as your new lines stay active on an eligible prepaid plan, including family lines. Just so you know, you won't see the promotional data allowance in your shopping cart, but you'll see it in My Verizon after activation. Let's move down a little bit and check out the plans. All right, first I want to talk about the plan prices and the amount of data that you're going to get. Starting with the lowest price plan, that's $30. Now this normally comes with 500 megabytes of 4G LTE data, and there's no max download speed on that data. It's unrestricted speed. Now with this new plan or with this new promotion, you'll get 1 gigabyte of data on the $30 plan. Now, after you use up your first 1 gigabyte of data on this plan, you'll still have data. You'll have what they call this always on data. So it'll be reduced speed data, whether it's 256 kilobits per second or 128 kilobits per second. It's just really slow data. It's enough just so you have a data connection so you can send some messages and some emails, but you're not going to really be able to use that for much else. The $40 plan normally comes with 3 gigabytes of 4G LTE data, so that's going to double to 6 gigabytes. The $50 plan normally comes with 7 gigabytes of 4G LTE data, so that'll double to 14 gigabytes. The $60 plan normally comes with 10 gigabytes of 4G LTE data, and that's going to double to 20 gigabytes. And then finally, they have the $75 unlimited plan, and you can't double unlimited data, so you're not getting any extra savings with this promotion. Now, before I go on, I want to say I think this is a really good deal, and that's because I hear from so many of you guys that want to be on the Verizon network. If you don't live in an area where Verizon works well, then this isn't the deal for you. Now, what I really like about Verizon Wireless Prepaid is that they support many of the features that you'll find on Verizon Postpaid. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. Let's take a look at what everybody gets on these plans here. It says everybody gets unlimited US talk and text, carryover data. So your data is going to carry over for 1 month. So if you don't use up all of your high-speed data in 1 month, it carries over to the next month. Now, does the doubled data or that promotional data that you're getting carry over as well? We'll have to look in the FAQ and see if we can find out. And then unlimited text over 200 international destinations. And they have a list that you can check if you want to see that. Now, finally, mobile hotspot. I hear from so many of you guys that want to use mobile hotspot with your phone. Many of you guys are pretty frustrated that some of the carriers prevent you from using mobile hotspot, or if you use it, they tell you violated the terms of service and they either suspend your data for the rest of the month or they suspend your account. But with Verizon Wireless Prepaid, you can use mobile hotspot. And let's take a look at the fine print here. It says mobile hotspot tethering speeds up to 600 kilobits per second, only applies to the $75 unlimited plan. Let me explain what this means. So on any of these plans, if you're on the $30, $40, $50, or $60 plan, you can use mobile hotspot. The data speed should just be as fast as the data speeds that you see on your phone. Now, if you're on the $75 unlimited plan, you can use hotspot, and there's no limit to the amount of data that you can use with hotspot, but they have a max download speed, and that's 600 kilobits per second. So you'll be able to use all the data you want. It's just that the speed is going to be a lot slower than the speed you may see for the data on your phone. And this is different than the way a lot of the other prepaid carriers do it or the other carriers do it. If they support hotspot on an unlimited data plan, they usually tell you up to 5 gigabytes of high-speed data or up to 10 gigabytes of high-speed data. So they limit the amount of data that you can use with hotspot. But for Verizon Wireless Prepaid, they limit the speed of that data. Now, I think this is a pretty good trade-off. at 600 kilobits per second. It's not going to be the fastest data connection you've seen. It's under a megabit per second, so it's going to be much slower than home broadband that you may have had. But if you just needed to watch streaming video or listen to streaming music or do some light internet browsing on your laptop or your tablet, this is going to work out for you. Now, if your idea was to buy your phone and use it as a mobile hotspot and have everybody in your house share that internet connection, then it's probably not going to be fast enough for having multiple people use it at one time. Finally, unlimited and 10 gigabyte plans also get unlimited talk to Mexico and Canada. If you need to talk to people in Mexico and Canada, another great feature. Now, as I said, one of the things I like about Verizon Wireless Prepaid is they support many of the features that Verizon Postpaid has. So you'll be able to use the mobile hotspot. They also support Wi-Fi calling. You're going to get simultaneous voice and data. If you're using iPhone or Samsung Galaxy phone, you should also get visual voicemail as well. So they support most of the features that Verizon Postpaid has. All right, next up, they have a multi or family line discount. So if you sign up for additional lines, you can save more money. Now, you'll see here the first line prices are $30, $40, $50, $60, and $75. If you were to add a second line on these plans, the prices would go to $30, $30, $35, $40, and $55. So for example, if you wanted two plans on, let's say the $60 plan, the plan is 10 gigabytes and doubles to 20 gigabytes, the first one would be $60. The second one would be $40. Now, if you look here, you'll see the $30 plan is not eligible for the multi-line discount. So if you were to add that as a second or third or fourth line, it would still be $30. And you'll see that the price of the 3 gigabyte plan or the 6 gigabyte double data plan is going to go down to $30. So you would just choose that. And they have a little total down here to show you what the monthly cost would be and how much you'll save depending on which of the lines you pick. So you can check that out if you're interested. All right, now let's take a look at the FAQ for carryover data. What types of data are eligible to be carried over? Let's see. It says the following types of unused data can be carried over each month, and that includes bonus data. Now, I don't know if this double data is considered bonus data, but it looks like it carries over. And then the other question a lot of people would have is, do I use my carryover data before I use my monthly data allowance? And if you look here, it says if you have a qualifying prepaid plan, your carryover data will be added to your account's available data. As you use your data, it'll be deducted from the total overall data for the month. Also in the FAQ, I wanted to show you under what is always on data. It says that you can add more high-speed data through My Verizon or the My Verizon app on your prepaid smartphone. If you use up all your high-speed data, you'll be able to buy more. Now, unfortunately, they don't list the price for that data. I think it's $10 a gigabyte. If you just click on this link, they want you to log in to see the prices. And I really wish they would add that information here. Now, before I go, I just want to let you know that I reviewed Verizon Wireless Prepaid back in November of 2016. Check out my review of the service back then. All right, guys, I just wanted to let you know about this deal. I think it's a very competitive offering. So you're going to get less data for more money. But with the double data, they've really closed the gap, and you'll be able to take advantage of a lot of the features on the Verizon network. That's going to be it for this video, and I will talk to you next time.